Oh my god.
Yay, good. More of this.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are actually here at Dragon's Lair because I have a posing session with Kristina Mendoza, one of a very well-known women's bodybuilder, but now she's moving into wellness. But she is definitely the GOAT of posing, her and her husband Joey. I always recommend that my clients go to them. And I think that posing is something that a lot of people think that they can do on their own, but just like coaching, yeah, you can coach yourself, you can diet yourself, but without that third perspective, you might be just, running in circles. So I think it's very important, even if you are good at posing, even if you have a very good sense of how you look and how you're posing, it always helps to get a couple sets of eyes on you to give you that feedback. So today I just kind of want to go over some of my biggest tips for posing, and then you will see me go through my 30-minute session with her. I've been doing this once a month going into competition season, and then obviously on my own posing at home every week. So just going into a couple of my tips, that will be number one is how often and when you are practicing your posing. I think that a lot of people will think that just a couple poses or flexes in the mirror suffices after a workout, but when you're posing, you want to emulate what you're going to be doing on stage. And on stage, you can be posing in that lineup for 30 seconds, or it could go upwards of 15 plus minutes, where it depends on how many competitors there are, but if they're moving you around on stage, they're running through those comparison rounds, you want to prepare yourself to not get gassed on stage. So that would go into number two, how long you're posing for, making sure that it's not just flexing and then releasing it, but actually running through the rounds like there are eyes on you. So a big thing is what you're doing with your core and your posture and everything between each pose. So you'll see when I pose that I don't go into a front relaxed and then drop out of it and kind of set myself up and go into my side. You're always being watched on stage, and you'll see that sometimes even you'll get marked down because you're not holding your stage presence the entire time. So being super aware of your core, posing frequently, and then also gonna take a pause because I have no structure to what I'm saying. What else? So typically people will be doing their posing first thing in the morning on an empty stomach because that's when they're taking their check-ins for their coach. I think that part is very important, and you should learn how to control your core when it's empty, when it's the easiest to. But even more important is doing posing rounds between training. So especially when you're training a certain muscle part. For me, specifically, when I train hamstrings, I like to pose my hamstrings in between because that's the muscle group that I find the hardest to engage and flex and get to show on stage. So while I have blood flow going to that muscle, I have that mind-muscle connection, I take a few moments in between each set to really contract and set up my pose so that I can get my hamstrings to show. My biggest tip too is that you should be doing your cardio not just for fat loss, but so that you can survive posing on stage, because you do not understand how taxing it is. You'll even see that I probably sweat more in this posing session than I do actually training, because it is very highly demanding cardiovascularly. So the reason that I think posing gets easier in a prep is because not only are you getting leaner and you physically have more mobility, if you don't have a whole love handle there, it's a little bit easier to twist and have that rotation, but also because you're ramping up your cardio typically And even by losing body fat and having more cardio and being in a leaner position, you typically have a little bit more energy to pose. So it gets easier within prep, but as long as you're checking all of your boxes, you're posing frequently, you're posing not only when it's easy, when you're fasted, but also when it's difficult, when you're full of meals and you just trained for a couple hours and you're super sore. That's when you should be posing, because you don't know how you're going to feel the day of the show. You could be completely exhausted. You shouldn't be. You should typically be kind of ramping down and relaxing for that last week, but you never know what's going to happen. So to continue practicing and set yourself up so that even if you're shaking, even if you're stressed, you've been practicing your posing enough that you know how to hold it. Well, I guess just some of the advice that I've come across giving to people is that I'm realizing a lot of people are misunderstanding when it comes to posing, is that you're not getting on stage to highlight your best body part. I think a lot of people have this mindset like, oh, I've got great abs in every single pose I'm doing. I've got to make sure that they're seeing my abs. That's not the point of posing. That's not the point of the quarter turns. Each quarter turn has a purpose. You're front relaxed, you're looking at a relaxed physique, what your shape really looks like. I would say that you're looking at shape in that front relaxed position because you're not able to really contort yourself in a way that makes you look bigger, as opposed to like your front lat spread or your front or back double bicep. You can't really contort yourself. So that's just you're straight on, you're showing shape. And I think it's really easy for people to focus on their best body part and trying to highlight that they're compensating their body in a certain way. So for example, abs, in your front relax, some people will, they'll kind of contract their abs and then they're dropping their upper body and then you lose that shape. So great, you've got really great abs and you might have the best abs on stage, but they're looking at overall shape. They want to see that your chest is up and full. Another thing is, like, on focusing too much on one body part is also focusing on flexing so hard. I think that's the biggest misconception, and even something that I didn't learn until I started posing with Kristina is that your lower body, you do want to flex. You want to be planted into the ground, you want to be tensing, but your upper body, especially because, if you go ahead and try and hold a front double bicep and flex as hard as you can within seconds, my hand is like shaking. And that's when you see people shake on stages. You're not meant to full on breath held, flex and shake with all of your might. You want it to be relaxed. And especially when it comes to stage day, you should already be so lean that you don't have to not pump up the muscle, but like flex the muscle really to show the lines. They should be there. They should be present with just holding that position. So I think that's a really, really big one that people don't understand is you always want to start your pose from the ground up. So really plant your feet. A lot of people will do different things with their feet where they'll either grip the floor or some people have to flex their foot. Some people have to put their weight into their toes to get those legs to flex. Everyone's going to be a little bit different, but everyone is going to be grounded and planted and have a lot of tensing and pressure in their lower half because that's what you're setting up. You get your hips set up, and then the rest of the upper body just kind of flows into position. So if I were to give one piece of advice for posing, it would be that, is to always start ground up and keep the upper body relaxed.
Okay. Quarter turns, both. Quarter turn. Lean that upper chest, lean that chest back a little bit. Yes. Look away. Quarter turn. Good job. So you can get the camera moving abductors there.
Yeah. I figured it out this week.
Hold it.
Because
Now we're going to spread the shoulder. Relax the chest. Keep your chin neutral. Quarter turn. Once you finalize it, a little tilt. Shake it off, relax 2 seconds. We're gonna do one more round, we're gonna add the front and back double. Nice, cool. You like the light like this, you can go higher.
That's good.
Okay. There. Ladies, front double bicep. Quarter turn to your right. And lift. Good. Quarter turn, midsection tight. Deep into the segments. And then last traps. Drive this one up automatically. There you go. Back double bicep. Thank you, ladies. You may fall off. We'll see you in a little bit. Okay, take a breather. Yeah. That was good. That was better. Quarter turns are even way better. You're kind of like that same issue that I had. I always had like one shoulder.
One shoulder.
No matter how much body work I get, it was just a little bit higher,
Yeah.
which is your left, right? I think it's your
I
left.
guess, yeah.
Because even in the back, yeah, it's your left. So automatically when you go into the front and in the back relax, this one comes up. So like boom and then a little up. Okay? Yeah. Okay, shake it down, shake it down. Okay, we're gonna work. Let's go. Yes. Don't lean back. Side chest. Face the rear, back double bicep. There we go. Back left foot. And work up against any side tricep. And relax. Okay. So little things like when you're setting up for the back double, I want it. So go into your side chest, like half-ass it. You don't have to. Then you do your pretty transition, which I love. Now from here, when you're setting up the legs, so go into like, boom, either put your hands like on your thighs or already on the waist. So it's not just like chilling. Okay, and that you can actually take time to set up your hammies because we need time for that. Yes. Okay. So do it one from the side chest, pull out. Boom. Please face the rear.
Oh,
Yes. Boom. And then let's go over that back lat spread. Your hands are just way too low.
Okay.
So same, like you're gonna bring it back like normal, but we gotta go think of like where the lat insertions begin. Kind of where the ribcage starts. Yeah. Yes, there you go. And then we're gonna keep these fists a little bit more here. And you're gonna squeeze in. Good. You're gonna this. One, two, five. Do it, let me see you do it from your transition. Like from the back. You don't have to do it full out, but you're in the back lat spread. Boom. Hold really quick. Let me see if you rock this like here. And then take the leg out. And then go for it. Boom. I want you to like get into it, hold it for 1 second, but kick that leg out. This just suits you so much better. Boom. And then ab and thigh. Boom. Leave this hand on for there while you set up the leg. And then turn this toe out. Here. Little things. I feel like sometimes when we try to transition and do too much same time,
Yeah.
we fall short in something, and then you're fidgeting around in that pose. Okay. We'll go again. Take a second. Oh. How has prep been going so far?
It's good.
Smooth? Doesn't feel like prep yet?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
Like normal
I hate that statement. It's like, you know you're on prep, but it doesn't feel like it yet.
at all.
I think it's like anyone to like 16, like,
Yeah.
so.
14,
When you
12.
really start to see that, and you're like, okay, now.
Yeah.
Back last spread. Tummies. Good. And any side for side tricep. Hold. Pull that tricep down. There you go. Abdominal on one side. Hold. And relax. That's one thing I don't miss about bodybuilding. It's hard to explain how brutal it is.
It's like Pilates on steroids.
Yeah.
Literally.
Back left spread. Keep a fist right here. And it's just the elbows that move forward. Yeah, don't let the fist go too forward. Yes. Really squeezing this. So don't depend on these guns, depend on the actual boom, boom, and then up. That's it. And then face the front. Same concept for here, but here we want to be more, so like where your suit will be, aligned to that belly button, right in here. Yes. Yeah. Okay. And relax. And then I want to play with the ab and thigh really quick. And I know that one's not going to come to life till later.
Yeah.
But go into it without the transition. Hold that. You can bend this one a little bit. Right there. So things like the chest is going to go to that angle. One. Then drag it in. And then kick it out. Pull this down. There. So a lot of times it ends up like,
Yeah.
you want this to be parallel. Now try the ab and thigh. You can keep your hand there for now. Switch. And then, yeah. You just gotta turn this out a little bit more. Yeah. Hold. And relax. Take a breather. Okay, we're gonna do it from the top. Front lat spread. Side chest, going over here. Baby space over there. Back to the left. Wait. Shift that over. Right there. There. Hold. Side tricep. Hold. There you go. Right there. Right, and flex this. Set up the, bring the leg in just like this. Then go for it. Up down on the thigh. Take your time. Keep this here. Get the legs first. And now switch. Hold. Your hands, get your legs adjusted. Take that breath and then go to it. Okay? Front double bicep. Front lat Remember when we do this, we're going to flex that finger eventually. Yeah. Right, then on the back toe. And then arch that chest. Little more, we'll take a with hold. Ladies, face the rear, back double. Yes. Tricep. Did I say chest is my top?
You're good. That's good.
Abdominal time. 2, thank you, ladies.
Oh my god.
Yay, good. More of this. More of this.
Maybe something else to focus on.
That and like once using a routine, like I can get into my routine better.
Yeah.
Just we work good together, like a long prep. Oh my god. Okay, I'm tired of being a fat girl. I'm going to cut already.
You look crazy though.
Look at how sweaty she is.
Sweaty.
Cardio. Next time you have to, like I think this can track, like you can put like track
Oh,
a
I wonder how
workout
many calories
and
this
see how
was.
many calories.
At least
Because I
1,000.
swear, I had someone, not that much, but I had someone in bodybuilding category, it was like 400 in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
That's more than sometimes people doing cardio.
Exactly. That's
You're not
why.
that. The rings up that. I think the watch.
The watches, I know, I like the watch for that kind of stuff, but
No,
So-
but even like blood sugar before 120, 5 minutes of posing, it's down to 80. Like crazy.
this kind of
Very demanding.
Right.
The Bassin dude. Oh, I think
Thank
you know my next client too.
So that was exhausting. If that is anything, let it be a reminder to you to start practicing your posing right now. Because even at 18 weeks out, even though I've been practicing this for years, every week I still get gassed. It's still super taxing and super exhausting. And you want to get ready for when you get up on that stage. Who knows, they might have you run another round. Because sometimes the competition on stage is so close that they can't choose a clear winner, that they start making you go until you fail. So like that's like the last kind of resort for judging bodybuilding, is to see who is going to last on stage, because at some point someone's going to start to wash. If they haven't been practicing their posing, if they're not used to this, they start falling flat, they start getting lazy, they stop holding their core. That's how they lose their placing. So posing, super important. If you take anything away from it, let it be that. But yeah, I'm going to continue to do posing with Kristina once a month. We'll probably start working on my routine, like she said, around like 12 weeks out. So another 6 weeks to really just keep drilling my mandatories. And then I've got some ideas of some songs I want to pose to, and she'll help me kind of choreograph a few unique poses and something a little bit fun, so that I have a bit more of like an entertainment section of bodybuilding. I hope I can do that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a great rest of your day.